Sweet.
Gosh.
Okay, so I actually asked Lakin if she would share with us for just a few minutes. I told her, just to share a little bit. Lakin was actually one coach away from Diamond a couple of months ago. She just crushed it starting out, and I just want her to share a little bit of what she did, what happened, where she's at now, and like the sky's the limit. So, Lakin, it's all yours.
So first, let me say I was not prepared for this, so it's literally just going to be me winging it. So just a little backstory. Before I even started Beachbody, I was literally waitressing 7 days a week. Me and JQ lived together, which is my boyfriend. He was in school, so he wasn't working. I was literally paying everything. Got pregnant, had Khalil, and I was like, okay, I've got to do something. So I just went and signed up. I didn't even tell Jay when I was signing up. I just went and signed up under, and then I messaged her and I was like, oh, hey, I'm going to be a coach, by the way. So I signed up in November, started kind of working in January. And then Nicolette posted the thing about the retreat. And the deadline was you had to be Diamond by, I think, April. Is that right? April? So I kind of just like lagged around until it was like maybe 3 weeks before. And at this time, I was like, I'd literally just quit my job. So I was a single mom at the time, staying at home with Khalil, and all my income was coming in from Beachbody. So I was like, okay, I've got to do something. So I literally just went all in, literally signed up coaches probably just about every day. And then I was, like James said, I was one away the day before, and my only business building coach was like kind of just like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. So I was like, you know what? If I find a coach, I'm gonna put her under you. I'm gonna get you Emerald. I'm gonna get me Diamond. I tried and I couldn't find anybody. So the next day, didn't make it to Diamond. So then I was like, I give up. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing Beachbody anymore. I kind of still posted. I kind of done all the things, but I didn't reach out to people. If somebody reached out to me, I didn't message them back. I was just like, I'm not doing this. And then I was like, well, it's just Diamond. Like, I didn't just throw my whole business away. I just didn't get to Diamond, which, I mean, it's where you want to be. Like, if you want to be a business building coach, that's where you want to get to, but it's not everything. Like, it's just a stepping stone in your business. So I was like, okay. So I just started back probably 3 weeks ago, maybe. And now I am pushing for Diamond again to go to the retreat. Just going all in again. I mean, if I plan on making it, but if I don't make it, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of my business. It's just me not doing all the things if I don't make it.
Quick question, and so you did get, so close. So what were some of the things that you noticed you were doing to, attract those 11 coaches so quickly? Like, what do you think was working as far as for your business? And
So,
what can you do now to get back to that?
So the 3 weeks that I crushed it, like I just went all in, I was waking up at 5 o'clock every day with Jasmine and Savannah. We were up on Zoom every day. We done our tracker together. We worked out together. We made sure that everything that was on our tracker got done that day. It doesn't matter if we didn't do it that morning, we would say, hey, did you do your messages today? Like, everything on that tracker got done. Like, if I had any coaches, that would be the thing. Like, I don't care what you do, what you post, what you say to people, do all the things on the tracker. That is what's going to get you to Diamond, to be a successful coach.
We're back here saying amen. That's such a good answer. So anything else? I mean, that was awesome. I mean, you're
I was not prepared at all.
It's okay. I text Jenna today. I was like, I think I want to ask Lakin. I was like, I think she'd be great to share. So thank you for just sharing that and being yourself and being open. I think it just, like we said last week, hearing it from Jenna and I, like sometimes it can be repetitive. But like when you hear it from other sister coaches or even other coaches that are not on our team, when they say something, they say it in a different way, and like that might just click with someone. So that's the reason why we wanted you to share, just because, you're amazing. You're doing awesome, and I'm proud of you. And, other people might relate to where you were at, where you were, and where you're going. So thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. So I'm going to dig right into the content tonight. What I wanted to share with you, I'm going to share my screen in just a minute, but honestly, guys, so much of what I am sharing with you all, like I know you hear it from me, and I know what I just said, like I feel like I'm being repetitive, but listening to podcast on my drives every time I'm in the car has changed my world. It's like changed my mindset. It's changed everything. So many of the times when I'm sharing with you, the things that I'm sharing with you are things that has stuck to me or stuck in my brain. They stuck out to me, and I'm hearing from podcasts. So I just want to throw in that extra plug. Like if you're listening to the radio in the car, just the last part of this year, I want to encourage you to throw in some podcast and dig into that personal development while you're in the car, because we don't realize like how much time that is that we're spending in a car driving to and from places. So that was just a plug. I'm going to go in, share my screen, please ignore all the tabs. Okay. All right. So let me go to the front and get you all small. All right. All right. Can you all see that? Yes. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to dig right in. And what I have titled this is the 5 to Thrive. And it's basically 5 tips for you, for your personal self, just like personal development, that you can commit to not only end the year strong, but to rock 2020 and especially the beginning of the year. So it's 5 things that you can start doing tonight to completely change your mindset, your actions, and your business. And I want to start out with this quote that says, starting the year strong is good. So having that New Year's resolution, that's all good. That's a good thing to do, right? In some cases. But ending the year and how you end the year even stronger, that's what makes it really epic. We want to make 2019 not just good because of how we started it, how our business is, how our mindset, how our whatever it is, how it started. We want to look at how are we ending it on December 31st, 2019. I want to look at everyone. I want to look at myself and say, this year was epic. It was incredible. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. So 5 things that you can do. Number 1, this is going to sound like, Javen, what are you even talking about? Like, I know these things, but listen to me tonight. Number 1, I need you to commit to drinking half of your body weight in ounces every single day. I need you to make that commitment for the whole rest of the year. And when I say this to other people, not necessarily just to you all, but like to people that I'm talking with, when they see me carrying my jug or whatever, the first thing that they tell me is, well, don't you pee all the time? Like, don't you have to go to the bathroom? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. But isn't that the point? Like, don't we want to use the bathroom so we can flush out all of those toxins and all those things that are in our body that we're trying to get rid of? Like, isn't that the point? So I need you to get committed to staying hydrated. And by staying hydrated, you're going to have better skin. You're going to help those cravings, because sometimes when you have those cravings for sweets or for so many other things, it's because your body's dehydrated. It's not because your body wants those sweets. it's dehydrated and it needs that water. Another thing is that I love about this commitment is like, this commitment is free. Water is free. Like if you go to a restaurant, ask for water and it's free. Does that make sense? Like you don't have to pay for it. You get it out of the sink or out of your refrigerator. It's free. And another reason why I like this commitment is because to end this year, we're actually adding something. Like this first commitment, we're adding something into your life. We're not taking it away. Does that make sense? So to finish the year strong, we're adding something to our routine, not taking something away. So how can you do this? Get you a gallon jug off of Amazon for like $10. Get you a bottle of water for $5 and know that you have to refill that 4 times. But I want your goal to not be a gallon, at least half of your body weight. My personal goal is at least my gallon a day. Your goal, I want you to commit to, if this is new to you, at least half of your body weight. So if you weighed 100 pounds, just for simple math, if you weighed 100 pounds, then your goal should be 50 ounces of water a day. Tip number 2, 30 minutes of moving every single day. And we are health and fitness coaches, and I am telling you that for every single day for the rest of the year, I want you moving at least 30 minutes a day. And yes, I said every single day, okay? For us, most of us, that's going to be a workout, a 30-minute workout every single day. But maybe to a client or someone else that you're talking to, or maybe even yourself, it's a walk on a Sunday, or it's a jog, or maybe it's walking your dog, okay? But I need you to commit every single day for the rest of the year for just increasing your heart rate, for getting your heart rate up for at least 30 minutes, okay? And I say this because not like this really hit home for me. And this is honestly the reason why I work out. Not everyone is able to. Not everyone has 2 legs, 2 arms, 10 fingers, and 10 toes, and is able to get in their workout. They're in a wheelchair or they've lost a leg. And they would do anything to be able to increase their heart rate, to exercise just one more time for 30 minutes. So be grateful that you have a body that is able to move. And those negative emotions that we have, so I put anxiety, depression, self-doubt, we can't do this. There's no way we're going to hit this goal. When we commit to moving our body for 30 minutes a day, you literally, like your body and your mind literally changes because of those endorphins and those chemicals that are going off in your brain, those happy chemicals, okay? You literally change the makeup of your mind and your body when you commit to getting in that workout 30 minutes a day. So these commitments, I want us starting tonight. I want us starting tomorrow to make sure that we end this year stronger than how we started, and we are ready to rock and roll at the beginning of 2020. Tip number 3, morning routine. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. And honestly, morning routine, I think we could talk about like as a call for 30 minutes just in and of itself. Okay? I want you and I to commit to at least getting up an hour earlier than normal. Okay? To have that morning routine. Now, for some of you all that do not, maybe you have a 2-month-old or you have a child that is still not sleeping through the night, guys, I want to preface by saying like sleep is so important. So if you are not able to sleep through the night, if you're only getting like 4 hours of sleep, please do not get up at 4:30 a.m. when you've only gotten 3-4 hours of sleep. Okay. And you all, like if you have a baby that's doing that, then I still want you to find an hour a day to get in that morning routine. And all that is things that's going to fill your cup and make you a better you. Commit to those things. Maybe you're wanting to write a book, or maybe you're wanting to, whatever it is your thing is that you're wanting to do. You've got to have that time, that quiet time, that alone time, especially you all with kids, to accomplish those goals and everything that you're wanting to achieve. Okay? Because you saying that you don't have time is just an excuse to everyone else that has the same amount of hours in a day that you have. Okay? I mean, is there really ever going to be a time in our life where we're not busy? Like, in all honesty, like, is there going to be a time where I will be able to work this business and do all this later? No, guys, we're not even promised tomorrow. So saying that you don't have time to build this business or to reach that goal that you're wanting to achieve, that is just an excuse. You have to make the time. You have to make the time to have the life that you really want. Whatever that looks like for you, we all have 24 hours. So make the time by getting up an hour early and get ahead on your to-do list and the things that you need to do for yourself and for your business. Okay? And like I said there, sleep is sacred. So if you're not sleeping through the night, go to bed an hour earlier. Okay? So if you're getting up at 4:30, maybe this means on normal nights when we don't have calls or something, you are going to bed by 8:30 or 9 o'clock to make sure that you're getting in that sleep that you need. So by getting up an hour earlier, I want you going to bed an hour earlier as well. Does that make sense? Because your body also needs sleep in order to function and to perform at its highest ability. So by saying you have a morning routine, I'm not saying you're getting less sleep. I'm saying you are going to bed earlier and you're getting up earlier to make sure that you have that quiet time to crush some goals, to get in that workout, whatever it is for you. But I cannot stress morning routine enough, and finding that morning routine that works for you. And tip number 4 is going to be something in your morning routine that I think is a game changer. Commit to gratitude. Tip number 4. And I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into gratitude. And I want to start by saying, like, you don't have to have a gratitude journal. Okay? Get a 3-ring binder notebook that you have lying around, from your kids from school that they didn't use. You don't have to have one. But if you want one, great. Go get one off of Amazon or, wherever. Get you a gratitude journal. But I think gratitude is so important, especially for us and our mindset, and for us as women. We've got to look for the gratitude, for the joys, for the blessings that we have in our lives every single day. Because every single one of us have something to be thankful for. We have a roof over our head. We have clothes on our body. We have food to eat. We are blessed people. So blessed. And there's a quote that I heard that I wanted to share. It says, "Pain is a given, but suffering is a choice." And I heard that, and it hit so home to me, because every single one of us are going to have pain. We're going to have things that we are dealing with in our life that cause us pain or grief. But suffering, wallowing in it, not getting ourselves out of it, to letting us spiral and causing us, to fall down this slope for a whole week or a whole month, that is a choice. That is a choice that you're making. So how can we fix that? We can fix that through gratitude, through this act that we can do in our morning routine. We have to find those things that we are thankful for we are grateful for, our blessings, even when life is hard, okay? And I want to encourage you. I was doing this myself, and something that I'm working on myself. Try not to write down the big things. And there's no wrong way to do gratitude, guys. I mean, there isn't. But I want to encourage you to dig a little deeper into gratitude. So saying like your children or your marriage or, your house. Like those are big things. Like those are big blessings. And I'm super thankful for all of those things. But I want us to, the last 70 some days, whatever it is of this year, I want us to write down something great, something beautiful, something amazing that happened the 24 hours prior to you doing this morning. I want those things to be simple. I want them to be specific. Maybe I put it on here. Maybe you got a new t-shirt. Maybe you got to watch the beautiful sunrise wherever you were. Maybe it was a corny joke that was awful, but your little kid told it to yourself and you just laughed your head off because it was so corny and so funny. Okay? Look for those little specific things. And there's a point that I want you to do that, because in your brain, this allows us to the next day. So the next day that we're doing this, to be watching and be looking for, and you're thinking, what am I going to write down in my gratitude journal tomorrow that happened today that I'm so thankful for? Oh yes, my husband brought that cup of coffee to me, in the bed before I even got up. Or my kid told me I was beautiful this morning, and that just put the biggest smile on my face. Okay? I want them to be specific, because those next day, you're going to be looking for those. And what happens in your mindset and in your brain when you start to look for positive things that are happening that day? Like, what's happening? You're not allowing your brain to be negative and look at all of the things that are going wrong or that should have happened or you haven't achieved yet. No, I'm looking for the things that is amazing. That was a blessing to me today. That car let me off in front of them instead of cutting me off. Like, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. Those are the things, the last part of the year, that I want us to focus on. Because in focusing on those little things, we're not going to see so many of the negative things. And our mindset is a powerful thing, especially for this business. And when our mindset is off, our business is going to be off. And I think if we're not doing gratitude, then we're missing out on some major, major blessings and improvements that we could be making. I hope that made sense. And last tip to end this year, epic. End it epic. That's what I wanted to use, epic. Give up one thing that we know for sure is not good for us. And, for this example, I used food, but I think necessarily it doesn't have to be food. But I think we all have one thing to end this year strong that we need to give up. Okay? Because it's in this quote that I said like so many times. I'll start it tomorrow, or I'll start it on a Monday, or I'll start it in the new year. Okay? That's just a lie that we keep telling ourselves. Because in all reality, you don't need a Monday, you don't need a new year, you don't need a new month. If the thing that you're wanting to achieve fires you up so much that you want to just go after it, why in the world are you waiting till a Monday or a new year to start that job, to chase after that dream, to start your nutrition plan that you've been wanting to do? Why are you waiting? You don't need tomorrow or a Monday to start on those things, okay? You don't need a new year or a new month. What would happen, guys, honestly, if this one thing that you pick, whatever it is, okay? Diet Cokes, I put on there. If it's coffee with 17 pumps of sweetener or creamer, or whatever you coffee people drink, what would happen if we allowed ourselves to not cheat on that one thing that we want to give up for the rest of the year? What's going to happen in your mindset when you realize that I can give up that one thing and I don't really need it? Okay? And it's something that we know that is not good for us, right? It's not a good habit we're giving up. Okay? But our mindset in doing that is going to be very powerful when you start to realize, yeah, I really didn't need that. I feel so much better from not eating that ice cream every Friday night because it was a Friday. or whatever it is, that thing for you. Okay? Look for what food or what drink or whatever it is that maybe you're consuming, and I want you to give it up for the last month, 2 months and a half of this year. And I want us to see on January 1st, do you really need that? Do you really need it anymore? I did this, just a personal example. I did this my senior year of high school with sodas. My cousin was having to give them up for a surgery she was having. And I looked at her and I just said, okay, I know you love sodas, so I'm going to give them up because you're giving them up, and we'll hold each other accountable. And to this day, 8 years later, I haven't had a soda unless I was puking and I had a Sprite to help get it down. Like, I don't need it. I realized I didn't need it anymore. And I realized that it was not good for me. So what one thing can you give up, a category of food, or maybe it's a habit that you want to give up that is not good for you? So, in closing, really, you don't need a new year. Today, right now, it's the first day of the rest of your life. However you want to look at that. We don't have tomorrow or next month. Today is the first day of the rest of your life for going after your dreams. Okay? And I want to encourage you with some things here on this slide. I want you to pick one thing of those 5 that I shared, and I want you to commit to, that's the one thing that I am not going to break. There is no way that I am not going to not drink half of my body weight in ounces of water. Maybe it's the water. You're like, no, I'm committing for the rest of the year. Pick at least one that I want you to not break. And here's the thing in this second point, guys, especially as women and you all as mamas, teachers, guys, we show up for everyone else every single day. As wives, as mothers, however many hats that you show up. But it is time. Hear me, sister, friend, girlfriend. It is time that you start showing up for yourself and your goals and your dreams. You keep promises to your friend saying, I'm not going to tell them this, or I will come help you for your church's yard sale, and I'll bake this and this. I'll hold up that promise. So you hold up promises for every single person, for your kids, for your husband. But are you keeping promises to yourself? In reality, are you keeping promises to yourself? I'm going to commit to that. Are you really? Are you? It's time to keep those promises and stop breaking every single thing that you say you're going to do and you never do. We cannot make promises that you don't intend to keep with yourself. If you don't intend to get up and do your morning routine an hour earlier, then don't tell yourself that you're going to do it. If you know that your intentions are not to do that. Because it's time that you have integrity for your choices and for your dreams. And integrity is showing up and doing the things when no one else knows that you're doing it. When no one else is awake, seeing you chasing your dreams or crushing that workout or inviting those people, no one else sees that. But I'm going to have integrity and I'm going to have grit and I'm going to have grace these last few months of the year. I'm going to have integrity and I'm going to do the promises and I'm going to do the things because I made a promise to myself. Have integrity. Do it when no one's watching because we're all not going to be here. Everyone on this call is not going to be here every single day for you. Making sure you're doing the actions, like Lakin said, you're doing your tracker to accomplish those dreams. Have integrity and do it, even when no one's watching. And that is all. Are there any questions? I hope that was helpful, guys. I know it was so simple, But in all reality, like, sometimes I think we just need to hear that, those simple things that maybe we forget about in a day-to-day basis.
Well, I think we get so caught up in join my challenge group, join my fitness programs, and let's get healthy together. When in reality, maybe we're secretly binging. Maybe we are secretly not doing the things that we're preaching about. I was I'm guilty of that sometimes. And I really struggled with that, like a lot of times this year, where I would be like, hey, I'm doing great with my nutrition and I'm committed to this. And then like the next day I'm eating like a whole thing of Oreo cookies. It's just like, we have to realize that we are examples and people are watching us, and we do have to be real also. You know what I mean? So I think everything that Javen was saying, yes, it's simple, right? It's simple stuff like get up earlier, get some sleep, drink some water, move your body. But listen, if we're not doing that as coaches, how are we going to expect people to trust us, and how we expect our clients to do that if we're not setting the example first? So I think that was really just a good reminder of just, taking care of yourself, because it's so important. And I'll tell you one thing that I have been more consistent with too in the mornings. I don't know who's a believer or not, but I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, and I have not been focusing on him as much as I needed to for my business. And once I started to simply sit back and say, Jenna, you do not need to hustle right when you open your eyes in the morning, every single morning. You need to like calm down and not be so addicted to working, but be addicted to what God wants you to do for your life, and be addicted to focusing on him and relying on him instead of trying to do everything by yourself. Because let's be honest, we cannot. I cannot do everything by myself, and I'm in the habit of doing everything by myself and not leaning on any other person to give me wisdom, knowledge, people to talk to. So let me tell you something. Every single morning this week, I've been opening my eyes and I've been praying. And I don't know, I hope this doesn't offend anybody, but this is what I believe in, and this is what's helped my business a lot. I pray and I say, you know what? I can't do this. I need your help. I have such a huge, massive vision with coaching for my life. I want to speak in front of hundreds of millions of people someday, and it's going to happen. But I can't do that by myself. And I need a team of leaders who are going to come up behind me. And I say, you know what, God, I give this to you. You're going to bring me people. You're going to bring me the words to say to my leaders, to my coaches. You're going to bring me, guidance on who to talk to on Instagram. Like, I literally got so detailed. And that's also part of personal development and taking care of yourself. And so I just wanted to tell you that, because I'm a huge believer in that. And I think it's really easy to get caught up in, well, you guys just, work your business and invite and go like do the things. But we forget like doing the things also means like pouring into yourself in a healthy, positive way, and not relying just solely on yourself to do everything on your own. So I just felt like I should share that, because that's been a huge game changer for me. And I've been a lot more relaxed and not so high strung when it comes to coaching, because I do take it really seriously. I don't know if you guys know that about me, but I'm pretty like, it's always on my mind. I bleed it. And sometimes I need to literally lock my phone up and think about other things and do a craft with my kids and try a new recipe, instead of constantly thinking like, oh my gosh, I have 5 minutes on the toilet. I'm going to message 10 people as fast as I can, because I mean, like, that's just literally what I think we get into and we get focused on. So that's all I wanted to say. I just kind of wanted to tag off of that, because I think it's really important to remember what we're doing, why we're doing it, and also taking care of ourselves while doing it, because we're not going to be successful, you guys, if you're not having fun with your business, if you're not having fun posting and being social on social media, which I thrive. I think being social on social media and dancing with all of you and messaging people and meeting new friends, I think it's the most fun thing ever. And who would not want to have a job like that? Who wants to go to work and work 8 to 10 hours a day teaching other people's kids, or working at a desk, or whatever you do, when you can actually be making a full-time income literally making friends and dancing and creating conversations and posting what makes you happy. So think of those things when it comes to coaching. Don't overthink it and don't take it too seriously. We got to have fun. If we're not having fun, you're not going to last. You're not going to last. And I told that to some of my coaches earlier today. If we don't pull out the fun parts of coaching and really fall in love with the process of connecting and the process of just taking care of ourselves, we're going to get burnt out. We're going to hate this someday because we're going to just be so high strung about everything instead of relaxing and enjoying the process of becoming successful, because every single person on this call right now and on our team has the potential and the ability to go so far in this business. And the number one thing that holds each and every one of us back is belief in ourselves that we can actually freaking do it. And so if you are struggling in your business, and I feel like I say this a lot, but you have to just believe that you can do it, and without a shadow of a doubt, you're going to freaking make it happen no matter what it takes. And if people aren't responding to your messages, and if you're getting all no's, and and people are being mean and nobody's liking your posts, guess what? You do something different. Do something crazy to throw everybody off and start honing in on who you are, because people out there don't determine your success. People out there, it doesn't matter how many followers you have on Instagram. All that matters is how connected you are with your current followers, with your current friends in your circle. So I just want to encourage you guys to absolutely take what Javen just said and pour into yourself, because I'll tell you something, when you actually start pouring into yourself, you actually start being more of a light to other people, and you actually start having more of a vision for your life, and you'll actually be more inspired to post on social media, and more things are just going to come to you. You're going to know who to talk to. Your personality is going to shine through your messaging, and people are going to want to talk to you. I am telling you, I've had the most conversations this week and the best conversations and the most new connections because I simply took a step back and I started to not rely on myself all the time and be a crazy person. So that's all I wanted to say, really. Hope that was helpful.
I love it. I actually wanted to pray before we left, so we can. Are there any other questions?
Jillian. She's not giving up wine, but she'll give up anything else. That's okay, boo. I'm going to think of something. Listen, I've been carb cycling for 3 weeks. I think I deserve a bowl of ice cream when I'm done.
Yes, you do.
Cranky. Oh my gosh. Anything else, you guys? How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Any questions? Anything that you're struggling with in your business? We can take 5-10 minutes and just chat a little bit if you want.
I'm struggling having time finding out how people who work or work and have small kids. I mean, I know people do it, but when?
That's been a theme this
morning
for our team. Yeah.
What time do you get up, Jenna?
I wake up at 4 to 4:30 most days. I work out in the morning. I have to leave here by 6:43 with 2 of my girls, and I'm at work by 8. Yeah. And then I pick Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a girl that I work out with, so I get home about when this starts. And I have a baby in the shower right now, and dinner just finished. It's just crazy. It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I would just look for pockets within your day. So, I'm a preacher, especially when I'm in school. I'm a preacher of power pockets. I have to find pockets within my day because I'm not getting home from teaching now between 5:30 and 5:45. So my days are long as well. I'm up at 4:30, but there are days that I can find 15 to 20 minutes where I can get in at least the things that I know move my business forward. You know, there are going to be days where I have more time than not, but there's not going to be days where I don't do business building activities. Not saying that you have to work every single day. That's not what I'm saying.
Come on, Amy, let's get. I have stay in the shower. I have had mornings. I can do my workout. I can post pictures of me working out. I can post, different things about that. And then I can post the social media here and there. It's actually sitting down and remembering like who I've talked to about what they said. I have a notebook, but actually being able to like write it out, figure out who I've got going on.
What I would do, Jenna, and this is actually something that I was going to talk to you about too, maybe an idea. What helps me a lot for me, and I don't work full time. I maybe sometimes the night before or early in the morning, I will literally make a list of 20 to 30 people that I'm going to talk to throughout the day or over the next 2 to 3 days, and I'll just work through my list. Sometimes that helps because that way you can just literally pull out your list and say, okay, I have 5 minutes. I'm going to message 3 people, the first 3 people on my list. And then you can check. You just moved your business forward. And then you have like 10 minutes on your lunch break. Okay, I'm going to try to message 5. I'm going to message 5 of these people. Check. And then you can take notes on the side of what they said, if they responded, what you invited them to. Was it a follow-up? Was it an invite? And where to find those people, I would just go through your posts and I would just make a list of people who liked, commented. I would make a list of your friends, your followers on social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. People who watch your stories, make a list of everything and just make a note like, okay, she watched stories. Okay, she commented on this post. It was a workout post, or maybe she like reached out to me. That way you already have like something in front of you. So when you do have those few minutes, you can just like, okay, I'm going to focus on these people in front of me rather than trying to find people to talk to when you do have those 5 minutes, because it could take 5 minutes to find people to talk to. So your time isn't very efficient. Juliet.
Oh, you see my hand. Hello. So one thing that helped me, I'm an elementary school teacher. I have 2 kids, and when I first started in the business, my husband, he was gone for weeks at a time. I had a journal. I still keep it because I was like, wow, I was really on track there. But I had a journal that literally had hour by hour in there. And I just went ahead and wrote in everything that I was doing, like literally driving in my car was something that was on there, even though, I mean, you can't really send out invites unless you have quick hands like me. But yeah, just doing it hour by hour, and you actually kind of see how much time or how many pockets of time you do have. I learned doing that in college, and I was like, damn, I have 18 hours where I'm not doing anything. But, mom life is completely different, because I get you. But try doing it like hour by hour, and you can see some time in there. Like put in dinner, put in baths, put in driving home, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and like even like your daughter's in the shower. If we weren't on this call, maybe your daughter took a shower last night. You probably had 5 minutes to like message.
Oh, I'm usually in there with her.
Oh well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like
yeah, I get what you mean.
And if it takes maybe like 10 to 15, 20 minutes, maybe in the evening after the kids go to bed to just kind of plan your next day, it's all worth it. If you're more.
I only have one that's hard. But it's like hard. Like I have 2 are older and they're kind of, do their own thing. But this is a whole nother monster.
I was going to say just real quick, for the people that you do have on your list to talk to the next morning, just kind of you can flag their conversation if you're in Instagram, and just, there's a little flag and you can just see an orange flag and you're like, oh, that's the person I was talking to. Let me go back to that person. Because you start scrolling through everybody that's been in your inbox and you're like, who am I talking to?
Do you do loops? Do y'all do loops on Instagram to get more people? Anybody do loops?
We did one today. Well, we'll see how it goes. I did my very, very first one.
Okay. I've done one. I got a lot of people.
Rachel, did you have something to say?
mine's more like a vague in general, like encouragement for Jenna if she's still there and listening. Because like you're a new coach and it's not like some coaches don't just hit the ground running. They are super efficient and successful at first, but the more and more you try out these things by trial and error, like what Juliet's saying, what Steph is saying, what Jenna's saying, the better you get at it. And I just want to encourage you that when things are really, really hard, like know that we're in that with you and we're messing up and we're dropping the ball, but like we're still determined to make it work. And I feel like you're doing the right things, Jenna, like, and you're gonna figure it out. And the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at managing your day, like Juliet's saying. And I think it's awesome that you want to do all the things right away. Like that's incredible. And you will. It's frustrating sometimes for those of us that just want to conquer the world right now and you don't know how, but you will get there. I mean, I know. And if you keep this passion and fire, and this is for anybody, like, and you keep trying these little power pockets and what Jenna's saying, what Juliet's saying, like you'll get there. Like you're doing the right things. It's just putting your head down and doing it, even when it's really hard and you feel like you're messing up, you're making progress. That's it. Amen.
I love it.
Preach it. I love it. Yep.
Yeah, and I think with anything, you guys, like, we are all busy in different ways, right? We all have the harder kids or the crazy job or the, whatever. We always have something going on in our lives. We just have to remember, like, okay, why did I even sign up as a coach? Like, why am I even putting myself through this? What's driving me to want to work this business? And once you start realizing that, and once you start, really seeing the potential that coaching can bring you, and you have so many goals that you want to reach with it, you will find the time somehow and you will make it happen. And so it's just hard to say, oh, you can do it, you have time, because I know that time is hard and precious sometimes. And yeah, we feel like we're drowning sometimes too. But I think just remembering, like, why you're doing this and what do you want to accomplish, like set little goals for yourself too. I think daily goals are good. Like, okay, go into tomorrow saying, okay, I am going to message 10 people throughout the day. That's it. 10 people. I am going to get in 10 inboxes. And once you do that, you're going to feel accomplished because you set that goal for yourself and you made it happen. And then maybe the next day you're like, okay, I am going to send 10 people messages, and then I'm going to also invite one person to coaching. Like, make those like daily challenges for yourself, reach those little goals, and that's going to add up so much. So I don't know, maybe that helps, maybe it doesn't.
You're not alone. No one is
Yeah,
alone.
Rachel, I mean, that's something that I really struggle with as well. I think being a people pleaser, I am the world's biggest people pleaser. Like, I was preaching to the choir tonight where, like, I make promises and do things Enneagram 2. I do things for other people before I do anything for myself. But, the more I've gone into this business, the more I've realized, like, what we have is a gift. And I would honestly, like, be doing myself and everyone else a disservice if I don't share the gift. And you don't know if that person that you're inviting to your challenge group might become your next 7-star coach. Like, you don't know. Kate Schultz was invited by Ashley Fell Dyson to join the challenge group. She quit, started back, and now she's a rock star. So who am I to say, like, the person I'm talking to or inviting to doesn't need this like I needed it? And when I start to change my mindset that way, it helps a little bit. Are there people who I'm probably not as close with or friends with anymore since I started? Absolutely. But there's also different phases and chapters of my life. And I am working on myself and working on growing my mindset, my faith, everything else. And sometimes those people who maybe talk about us or, block us or whatever you were saying, like, they're just a little slower or, not in the same chapter as we are in our life. And bless and release, they're not your people. And, for every no or for every block that you're getting, you are one no closer to finding your next rock star or your next challenger that you are going to help lose 50 pounds. Like, just think about the people that you have helped. And, when I think about the people and like the transformations that people have gotten, like losing 45 pounds or, whatever it is, like those people that you are changing would still be stuck in the same place if you were not sharing your journey and inspiring others to do this with you and sending that invite. They would still be 45 pounds heavier, stuck in a horrible mindset, not knowing what to do with their food, And when you start to think of it that way, it's a blessing. And I'm going to share this blessing for the rest of my entire life because I know it works and I know it changes lives. And if it's not going to change that person's life, that's okay.
And
But
listen, too, the people, like, I know a lot of us are like people pleasers and we don't want to get the no's and we don't want to be rejected and we don't want to be like getting that hate message or like a bad comment. Like, that's just the world. First of all, like, we're just going to get hit with some of that stuff. But it's how we handle the objections that gives us better character and better respect moving forward. Because guess what? Those people that maybe are haters, they're still going to remember you. You know what I mean? Like, if I can impact somebody's life, hopefully more positive than negative, I just hope that if they're negative, I throw so much positivity and kindness back at them that they're like, ugh, like, and they don't know what to do with it. And then they're going to see me like 5 years later or whatever, still crushing my goals, a fit mom over 40, and successful in going on all these vacations. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just prove them wrong and have so much belief in what you're doing. Those people do not even affect whatever's going on. I had a client that I was checking in on give me the worst hate message text that came out of the blue. I was literally checking up on her and she was so freaking mean, and it stung. It stung so bad because she was a client. Like, she used to be my neighbor. Jillian, she was in our neighborhood. And it just like, I was just like, what the freak? And I just poured so much kindness out on her. And I said, girl, you need to believe in yourself a little bit more and have a little more confidence. And I hope that you I just was like, I hope you figure out your life and just try to figure out who you are, because who you are right now is not cool. So I'm just like, you have to just remember people are struggling within themselves and they like to take it out on somebody who's really positive because they're probably mad at us, because they're so miserable. So I kind of have to just think about that. Like, okay, well, it's a bummer that they are so negative and sucks for them. They're missing out on an opportunity to become a Fit Squad babe with all of our ladies and have dance parties all the time. Okay, I'm going to move on to the new person. So anyways, that was a long spiel, but I know it's getting late, you guys, so we can wrap everything up. But I think it's fun to hang out and chat a little bit about stuff. And I know like almost all of you guys work full time, right? Doesn't everybody on this call work full time? Besides Candace, who actually just quit her YMCA job to coach full time, by the way. I'm so sorry. I just shouted you out. I hope that was okay to like announce to everybody. Also, Jennifer Glaser just posted her coming out or recommitting post tonight. So if you guys want to go over to her social media and just pour some love over there, she's on this call. She's committing to coaching, and I'm just so proud of her. So I'm just feel like shouting you guys out a little bit. I'm just proud of you. Everybody on here works full time, I'm pretty sure, besides, a couple people. So just know, like somebody said, don't know that you're not alone. you're not alone. We're all working hard, and have full-time jobs. We have kids. We have, husbands maybe. And anyways, that's all I was going to say.
All right, I want to take a boomerang, and then I'm going to pray over us and our business before we go.
Somebody tag me because I don't have it because I'm on my phone.
I got you.
Thanks.
Are you ready, guys? Cherie.
Hold on.
Where are you? Deanna. There you are. Okay, guys, you ready? 3.
Hold on.
Javen, you ready? 3. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Lincoln.
I love it.
Popped out of nowhere. All right, you guys, I love you. Thanks for being on tonight.
All right, I'm going to pray over us before we go.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
It's okay. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for just this day, dear God, for this opportunity to come together to, learn more and grow. We just pray for our businesses. We just pray for, blessings. We pray for lives that we could touch and impact. And we just pray ultimately that you would lead us, you would guide us, you would direct us, and that in everything that we do, we would just be a shining light for you and for your glory. And just help us, help our nerves, help our doubts, help our anxiety, our fears, whatever it is that we're dealing with. We just pray that you would touch them, you would touch us, and just give us a good night's rest and a great weekend and keep us all safe. And we love you. Amen.
Amen.
All right. I love you all. Thanks for hopping on. Thursday nights are the best.
The best. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Yeah.